Good.
Okay. Now you're watching the best musician podcast channel. It's Badr and FM. Let's
Let's
go!
Let's go,
go.
baby.
Yeah. Today, the most professional DJ I invited, Shlemba from Seoul Community Radio and Haruna.
Haruna
Yeah.
from
Please
London.
introduce yourself.
Okay, I'll go first. My name is Temba. I go by the name Shlemba when I'm DJing. I'm from the USA. Grew up in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and I live here in Korea. Been here for almost 6 years now. Yeah.
I'm Haruna. I'm from London. I go by the name Haruna. Live in London, and I am visiting Korea for the first time. Definitely will be back.
Yes, yes, yes.
I've been DJing for about 2.5 years.
Mm, nice.
Yeah. So, introduce today mixed.
Yeah. Okay. Well, today I just wanted to show off a couple records. I know you're a big jazz guy, so I
Yeah.
wanted to play some of the stuff that I picked up when I was traveling in Chicago and in Japan. A lot of it I got there too. So I usually like to play Chicago, Detroit, American house music style, definitely with a big focus in jazz chords or jazz feeling and swing. And so I just kind of wanted to bring that to the Birdland studio today.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. I really like his set, like a Detroit house,
Yeah.
something jazzy house.
Hmm.
It's most perfect.
Thank you.
I want to steal his thing if by any
Hey, it's
chance.
hard to find, man.
Yeah, so,
I played some Amapiano, some three-step, and some Afro house. Amapiano and three-step does have a lot of influence from jazz, the producer that I played. So I just tried to keep it to that and played a song that's coming out on the 15th called Passion by Aziko. And this is my remix. It's gonna be nice.
Nice, nice.
so and tell me about the beginning of the you guys DJ life.
Well, I have been involved in music in different ways. When I was growing up, I used to play violin and I played bass guitar and I wrote about music and I've always kind of had this love of music. And a couple of years ago, after I'd moved to Korea, a friend of mine let me borrow her controller, and I just found it as a new way to like express and share the music that I really love with people around me. Hopefully, make them dance a little bit or something like that. So it's been a weird journey. I feel like it's funny. It's been like 4 years now almost of DJing, um, and it's taken me a lot of cool places, and it's led me to meet a lot of great people. So I want to keep doing it. You know.
Wow. So how long do you play DJ?
I've been DJing since like 2020, I think.
20 years?
2020.
2020?
Yeah,
Not,
2020.
not so long.
Yeah, like 5 years almost. And yeah, it was during COVID. A friend let me borrow her controller, and I was just banging on it at home and kind of figured out how to use it. And from there, I met people at Soul Community Radio who definitely helped me and supported me in my DJing journey, and I was able to play some great shows and have a lot of fun nights. And it's kind of changed the way that I look at the city, and kind of definitely has changed me as a person. You know?
Wow.
So the first instrument I played was trumpet
Oh,
when I was in school, and then I played drums is when I actually really fell in love with music. At the same time, I started producing music. So I was a producer before I started DJing. Been producing since 16, and then but I was making loads of different genres and producing for a few artists, and then I started DJing, like playing around with decks, going to practice a lot. I worked for pirate studios, so was able to like use the decks at will, like CDJs. I've never actually used touched the controller before, but CDJs is what I learned on, and I then made a choice to go into African electronic music and tell a story around that. And yeah, DJing has taken me a lot of places. Wouldn't take me more places. Paris a lot. I've been in Paris a lot and Europe a lot. But it's my first time in Asia. And I really, really love it. Definitely gonna be back.
oh, yeah.
My goal is more to tell a story of African electronic music and play my edits, my songs. So it's lovely.
So you released your original track recently, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was a remix by Jamila Barry.
Yeah.
She asked me. So the way that story is quite funny because I played for her after party for her performance, and then I sometimes when I'm DJing for artists, I make remixes to their songs because it's like familiarity. So I made the I'm a Piano remix, and that was the first song I played. Crowd went crazy. Then she messaged me the next day. She was like, "You inspired me to make a remix album." So she was like, "Yeah, can you finish the song and mix and master it?" And yeah,
Nice. And those African styles have been getting really popular lately.
yeah,
How do you
yeah.
feel about that?
This is a deep one. Yeah, this is
Kind of, kind of. I'm interested in
I
your
try
opinion.
not to speak about it too much. I like everything gets more popular, but
Yeah,
like I'll start with like Afro House.
yeah.
The way Afro House has got quite popular, it is good, but also it's not good because in some cases it's like miseducation,
Mm.
where some people are playing like this template type of Afro House that is not an exploration of where everything comes from.
Yeah.
Then they've made their own subgenre, which is a blend of Afro House and Afrobeat
Mm.
vocals because Afrobeat is most popular,
Yeah.
and it's just like it's basically a money grab, and so it's not true to any genre. No South African is listening to that music.
Yeah.
Black Coffee is probably the one only true person, which is why he's the biggest DJ because people holding on to him for dear life,
Mhm.
and yeah, it doesn't. There's so much more Afro house and genres out there like Batida that comes from Angola and just so many other places to explore. I feel like people should explore the whole of Afro house instead of just jumping on a bandwagon and making the same thing. And
Mhm.
then there's a lot of DJs as well that have seen Amapiano get big in certain countries, jumped on that bandwagon. But you see when Amapiano is no longer like the most popular genre,
It kind of crested.
you're gonna
Yeah.
see that they're not gonna play it no more. So that's how I feel. I feel like if you're really true and genuine about it, play it. But if
Mhm.
it's a money grab for you, it's like don't expect me to pay attention to what you're doing. like,
Yeah, no, I kind
yeah.
of I feel the same way, especially with like styles of Detroit and Chicago house music and stuff like that. When it's taken out of context,
Yeah.
and people don't really understand
Mhm.
the swing that comes with it, or
Yeah.
like the groove that is kind of part of the city or the people, or they don't take the time to learn it.
Mhm.
What comes out feels a bit forced. You know
Yeah,
what I
yeah.
mean? So
Especially I'm a piano is like especially South Africa is the last people to go through like apartheid. Most of
yeah,
their songs are them singing about freedom.
yeah,
So when people make a pop version and stuff, it's like
yeah.
yeah, yeah, really playing with their genre. Of course, now it's got more popular. Things have changed. I even felt a type of way when Nigerians jumped on Amapiano. Like when I
Mhm.
first heard the Nigerian on Amapiano, I was like, "Oh God, we're taking this." So,
The
but like,
Nigerians.
yeah, but like it's they, but now people just call it Afrobeats because it
Mhm.
is. It's not Amapiano. Um, but yeah,
Yeah. Sorry to divert.
sorry, we
Yeah.
really having our own little interview.
Okay. I'm difficult to speak in English with the nationalities because I'm easy to speak English with the European. The
Mm.
second language for me, second language. So
Yeah,
Mm.
but I would
Mhm.
say also coming here and seeing people like Zion
yeah,
playing music
yeah,
Oh,
from
she's great.
yeah playing
Yeah.
music like some producers that I know in London, their songs are getting played out here. They don't know, so I feel like people like Zion and Bejo
Bejo Bay.
Bejo Bay, they're like really authentic and they love the music. I respect that. I love that. So I think they're really great. Shout out them.
Yeah.
They're great.
I think a lot of Korean DJs really care, about the music that they play, which is something that I've always appreciated about our scene. You know.
you could really love music.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think that Koreans, the audiences are kind of receptive to hearing new music,
Mhm.
which I think is great. In a lot of places, people only want to listen to songs that they already know.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah.
think Koreans, if something's good, they'll react to it, and I think they're really good crowds.
Yeah, I was trying a lot of new things. Yesterday I played in a bar Pigment. I played there, and it was like kind of chill. Everyone was like sitting down drinking. So like I was like, oh, what am I gonna play? You know, and then because when you're starting, a starting DJ is quite pressure a little bit,
Mhm.
and yeah, everyone was vibing with what I was playing. Everyone just started getting up, dancing. Yeah, it was a really nice vibe.
Mhm.
Okay, so tell me about the feeling of your this Korea.
How do I feel?
Yeah, yeah.
Korea is an amazing place. I feel like I've only touched the surface because we haven't really done much sightseeing. Just been back to back DJing. It's big as well. And but music wise, I feel like everyone loves music. Only I'm on only one side of it. I know there's a big like techno scene that I haven't touched yet. Um, Also want to go to different radio stations like Soul Community Radio. I did play at Visda FM, which is like I've seen them online a lot, and I really like playing there. I love Korea and the way that they appreciate music. Yeah.
I feel the same way. I think, yeah, Korea, they have an aptitude for music. They care about music, and there's a soul there. Even if you listen to like old Korean ballad records and pop stuff from the 80s and 90s, like there's always kind of this soul. I think they understand that,
Yeah.
and I love that about Korea.
The food is amazing as well.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let's change the theme to the something entertainment. Yeah. So is there any sports you like?
Sports,
Yeah.
football, I like
Football?
football. Yeah. Yeah.
Which team is your best?
Chelsea.
Chelsea?
Yeah.
Wow.
A little contention there.
Bottom of the league. Yeah, finish with you at the bottom.
So who is your favorite soccer player?
Oh, Messi or Odegaard from Arsenal. I know that's a bit. Yeah.
How about Sonny?
Sunning man.
Is he good?
Yeah, he's good. He's good. He's good. He's good.
He's getting a little older, isn't he?
But he's still good. Man. He's great. Like
Yeah.
he's amazing. Yeah.
And this and this yearly the Liverpool was
Liverpool. Yeah. Yeah. They deserved it. They've been fighting every year, but they came through this year.
I saw that some of the SDM member is fan of
We got a couple Arsenal fans, and we got some. I think we got a Chelsea fan. I know that.
Chelsea fan.
Yeah. I know Zeno rocks with Chelsea.
I think Richie is Arsenal.
He's an Arsenal guy. Yeah. I'm not really super into football, but my family in South Africa, they're all Arsenal fans.
Ah.
So I gotta support Arsenal.
So Patrice Evers said this thing, right? He said supporting Arsenal is like watching a show on Netflix. He was waiting for the next season. I said Patrice Evers said. I mean, it's a fact. You know what I mean? He also said that Arsenal people love the struggle. He said that I actually believe it as well. I think Arsenal people don't actually like to win. I think they just love the struggle.
The struggle.
Like I think that the struggle is like what they love. If
But
they
you gotta
win, I don't
respect
think.
it. You gotta
Yeah,
respect
I
it.
respect. I respect
It's,
you
it's
guys.
way easier to be a fan of a winning team. You know?
They don't know how to win.
Yeah.
They don't know what it feels like to win.
But one day.
Arsenal fan?
Man United. Man United, I can't even recognize them anymore.
We're gonna win a trophy every
Yeah, man. It's actually sad what happened to them. I don't know. I think it's bad management, but whatever. But yeah.
Is there any game that you like or something? Movie?
Right now.
You play video games?
Yeah. Right now, well, I just completed God of War again on the hardest difficulty because I love that game. It's a game I used to play when I was younger, and the new God of War really created the whole experience. It was Ragnarok is a great game. Leroy's been playing Expedition 33. I want to get that next.
Yeah, that looks fire.
I want to get that next. I recently found my Game Boy Color,
Nice.
and I've been playing that on the plane and stuff. Got me through the flight because I'm scared to fly.
I was talking about enjoying struggling. I was like a big like I like things like Elden Ring or like Dark
Oh,
Souls
okay,
games and
okay,
stuff
yeah.
like that.
Yeah, struggling. Yeah,
struggling.
okay. The
That's-
game is
it's about the struggle, you know. But once you get it right, it feels so good, you know. So I've been playing through Elden Ring again, and I just played Persona 5 again. And I'm not usually a phone gamer, but I found that I could get Chrono Trigger on the App Store. So I've been playing that old RPG from Square, Chrono Trigger, on my phone when I'm on the bus or whatever. Just type. Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about the thema to the who is your top three musicians? Tell me the top three musicians. DJs, composers, producers, singers.
Oh, that's crazy. I wish I had time to prepare.
Oh.
Be like making charts and stuff, you know. Yeah.
Okay, I go. I would say in no particular order, because I don't know. I can't really put them, but these are their top three. For I'm a piano, Kelvin Momo. So he infuses jazz and I'm a piano. He makes private school piano, which is like the really chill I'm a piano, not the heavy one. So like the one that I was playing, but all of his songs are infused with jazz. He goes in and out, changing the drum beats. He kind of goes against the rules of I'm a piano sometimes, but all his music is like extremely consistent. He drop like 2 albums a year, 20 songs, and all the songs are amazing. I don't know how he has the time, but yeah, he's you should listen to him, Kelvin Momo. Um, yeah, and after that, I would say one of my all-time favorite producers because of consistency and he has his own style is Pharrell. All the way back to NERD, where it wasn't
Okay.
actually him in NERD, it was the other guy,
It's Chad.
Chad,
Yeah, Chad Hugo.
Hugo. But yeah, both of them, because when there's a Pharrell beat, you just know it's a Pharrell beat. Yeah, Pharrell,
You know Pharrell Williams.
Pharrell Williams.
Apparel Williams, yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So all the way back to there was a time where they had 80% of the radio was produced by them, and that's insane.
I like his song, My
Yeah, even like, what's your favorite Pharrell joint or maybe album? Pharrell plus who is like who you like?
The NERD. Well, I think my favorite song by him is "Hypnotize You," cause like at that time, no one making a beat like that. No one was making beats like that. I feel like that is one of the most insane songs. Another song is that what's that song? Hey Mister, look at your girl.
Oh, that was off the NERD album. No, so
NERD.
yeah, yeah.
But "Hypnotize You" is probably the best song for me. It's the most timeless song.
I love that. I mean, that Justin Timberlake album is gonna be.
Ah,
That's a
yeah, yeah,
forever.
yeah.
You know, that's. I love that album forever.
There's
Yeah,
actually too
deep
many.
in his bag. You know?
There's too many. There's
way
actually
too
too
many.
many.
The stuff he made for like Britney Spears, like that Boys Code remix, was
Yeah.
crazy.
There's
Just the
actually way
beats
too many.
are insane. I was gonna say Pharrell as well.
Okay.
So I was thinking about it. He stole one of mine.
I can see.
Exactly.
And then the last one, who would I say? Top. This is hard. This is so hard. Sorry for taking yours. I
It's
know how
cool. It's
hard
cool.
it
It's
was.
cool.
I would say Timberland. Yeah, yeah. Kind of fell off a little bit, but like the old Timberland. You know what I mean? Actually, no. Scratch that. I'm gonna say Kanye West, the old Kanye. My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy is my favorite album from him.
It's an amazing album.
That is like the most insane production I've ever heard. I know there's hella credits on there, but it's his mind still. Because when you look at the credits, there's like 20 people making the beat, but
Yeah.
I know he made that. Yeah, the old Kanye. Though. I don't know about who he is.
Yeah, yeah. We don't have to talk about that.
So many hip hop artists inspires you, right?
Yeah, because that's what I grew up on. Like hip hop is most people's gateway drug to music, I think, and then eventually you go into what you want. I think a lot of music, especially even our piano, when you hear the way they're going over the beats, hip hop and rap influence them on how to make it. And before that as well, like South Africa had its own form of like rapping, which is like this like poetry type thing, and then hip hop like really infused that. And also most people just grow up watching American TV, so all those influences just kind of influence how you make music. Then you kind of like go back to your roots and what you like. That's what I saw for me anyway.
Okay, so Pharrell Williams is one of mine. I don't know if I should choose someone else. But when I first started DJing, someone that I really admired was Moody Man.
Moody Man.
Yeah, that was kind of my gateway into house music from the black kind of angle of it. And so that kind of shaped my entire journey of like when I was looking for music, I wanted it to be have that feeling, you know, of that soulful kind of like rich feeling. Um, so Moody Man definitely a huge influence on me. I listen to his music all the time.
He came Korea last year, right?
Yeah, I was there.
There?
Yeah, I was there. I was in that crowd. It was amazing. Yeah, it was really, really good. And that was my first. That was my second time seeing him actually. So I saw him once in outside LA. But yeah, he's amazing. Um, if I gotta swap out Pharrell, I'm gonna do a wild card. I'm gonna say Young Thug. I'm gonna say Young Thug, I love Young Thug's music, and I think that he brought such a crazy breath of fresh air into hip hop when he showed up on the scene. And the way that he vocalizes, it reminds me more of maybe a trumpet player than it is like a than a rapper. You know, he really uses his stretches his voice in a way that hip hop wasn't really doing at that time, and he was kind of a I think he was a pioneer in that way. And yeah, the way he uses language as well, it's just very fresh and like it feels really new. Um, and then my third one, I'm gonna say Delano Smith, who is a Detroit house producer. I kind of was aware, I had some tracks from his like a couple years ago, but going back and having my taste change, re-listening to those tracks kind of opened up a new world. It was like, oh, I had this in my record box, but I haven't listened to it in forever. And then I listened to it, and I'm like, oh, I downloaded this years ago. Like I like this now. Like I would get this now. But he has like a really dubby and kind of tech housey kind of sound, which is really groovy and it doesn't feel forced. It feels so natural, and I've been really digging his music lately. Yeah.
Okay, so tell me the last last thing about the you guys' dreams of this year and the feeling of the Fatherland FM.
I'll go first, and then you can finish it off. I had an amazing time here. Thank you for inviting me out. It's a bit of a trek, but coming here, you've been so warm and welcoming, and this is a beautiful studio, and you have a great space here. Um, as far as my goals or dreams from this whole DJing thing or whatever thing, I just hope it continues to bring me to like different corners of the world, and I hope I can see more and meet more people and just create more memories, you know, while we're young. And it's a blessing to be able to do this.
Yes, it was amazing coming here. It was nice to because it's so far. It was nice for me to see more of Seoul because I think I've just been in one district, and because I've been DJing back to back, and it was nice meeting you from online to in person. Just that whole connection is great. My first time in Seoul, you made it so welcoming. Lovely studio you have, great equipment. I'm actually saving up for that profit. Um, saving up though. You know what I mean? So
That that instrument is very difficult to
to
make
use.
some silent sound. Yes, so I'm regretting to buy that.
Uh,
Hey, if you
Buy
want to
it.
sell it,
no,
yo.
I've used it. I've used it a couple times in studios. Just like loads of tutorials. You have to sit down with it for hours, to be honest, and just like make different sounds. But once you get to you making sounds, it's gonna be amazing. I liked doing my set here, um, so I can like explore all the genres I want to play and also showcase my music as well. For DJing, I want my sound to in the next few years to get out there, more remixes, exploring African electronic music and educating. I feel like I'm educating people a lot more because African electronic music is new to some people. I've seen as a DJ, um, but like I'm able to tell a story. So yeah,
So you educate your your music at London.
yeah. So like educating people on what African electronic music is, because most of the EDM has been quite whitewashed. It's not like, or as we said before, most music has been taken out of context. Like even if you look at how techno was before, and it was taken out of context, and now it's just like this fun genre, weird. But like it wasn't that back in the day. Obviously, I love techno, but I don't specifically play it. But yeah, just trying to keep it. I think I'm in the middle of being a purist, and I sometimes I make it fun, play some edits, but I try to stay true to genres, and I always highlight new producers at all times.
Tell me your educating brand.
Oh, so educating brands called Club WAV.
Okay.
Um, so I really started it because producers don't really have. When I started DJing, I noticed that producers don't have anywhere where they like link up.
Yeah, yeah.
Most producers are just in the studio at home. Unless you know them, you're not really gonna. So, and I also saw a gap where DJs want to learn how to produce, or producers want to learn how to DJ. So, like to close the gap, just educating people how to make beats, make remixes, and also to get rid. And now, like, is it will bring in like people that really want to learn, So right now it's just like online workshops with pirate studios, and also throwing some parties, and yeah, it's going to grow more than that. It's more bridging the gap between DJs and producers, and also letting people know that those two roles are different. Because I feel like some DJs they try to mesh it together and say, "No, I'm a producer," but really you've hired a producer to make your number one single. Because if for example, if you like take someone like Diplo, he didn't know how to produce and he was hiring producers, and then he learned how to produce, and he became Major Lazer. So people like that is people that they really love music, and so I feel like you should just learn it. So again, it's like educating people how to do things and produce because I'm passionate about producing, and also build a community of producers to highlight because producers are not they're like behind the curtain all the time. Yeah.
Okay. And yeah, today podcast is done. So thanks to you two guys to
Thank you.
Hey, thank you,
yeah,
brother.
yeah. Hope you
Yeah,
guys to have a good things in this year. Yeah.
yeah.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Thank you very much.
Take care. Thank you.
Ciao. Golden FM. Let's go.
Birdland.